So Spence Parkinson here with Decision Innovation Solutions, spring of 2025. We are right in the very ending stages of completing a project. It's actually a repeat project for 3 national organizations. The Institute for Feed Education and Research, which is affiliated with the American Feed Industry Association, the Pet Food Institute, and North American Renderers Association. This project was an update of a effort that we undertook about 4 or 5 years ago, to estimate the pet food industry and what ingredients go into those pet foods and their quantities. And because the report was well received last time and there's starting to get some age on it, they asked us to update it. And the press release for that is actually going out here shortly. And then there will be a webinar towards the end of April, where they're going to invite people that would like to attend, and I'll be on that webinar and be able to answer any questions that come from that. But really, the interesting thing about this effort that we updated is that we were able to start from where we ended last time. So what we did again is our clients bought Nielsen's grocery scanner data. We took that data, and then that just had sales, volumes, and values for the pet foods themselves for a year's time frame. And then what we did is we used the UPCs and those individual pet foods, looked up online their guaranteed analyses, their ingredient panels, and the nutrition facts that go with those pet foods for cats and dogs. And then what we did is we reverse engineered using some statistical software and some expertise that we've developed over the years to estimate what those ingredients, the quantities of ingredients, and what's the most prevalent in cat and dog food. And what we found over the course of the 5 years is that we had significant growth in value of pet foods. As we know, there's a lot of inflation that went on, not just for eggs and some of the other things that we as humans eat, but for dog and cat foods as well. There was a lot of inflation that went with that. Quantities of pet foods was about the same. There's some slight changes there, but the most of the change came from the value of the pet foods, and more specifically, the value of certain ingredients. So there was there's a big increases in marine products, so salmon and cod and some of the other more higher valued ingredients that have started to be used in pet foods. And so those in and of themselves are expensive to buy, but including them in dog and cat food in a inflationary environment really pushed the value of pet food up to about $52 billion is what it ended up being for the year that we studied. So when we studied from, I think it was July of 23 to June of 24, so about one full year of data that we looked at. And that we looked at about 600 different pet food ingredients to estimate those numbers. And the total volume that was sold for dog and cat food over that time frame was about 9.8 million tons, which is a lot of dog and cat food. And so there was some big changes, like I said, mostly in value. The other thing that we did, which was also an update of what we did earlier, was estimated what the value is at different stages of the supply chain. And so, for example, if we're looking at the farm products that were sold to pet food manufacturers, is about $13.2 billion. And that's the amount of the value of all the ingredients that were provided and included in pet foods, the 9.8 million tons. And then if you go back a step, then there's 9.8 billion in materials and services that were sold to farmers that they used to make those ingredients to sell to pet food manufacturers. And if you go back even a step further than that, it's about $7.6 billion in materials, services, equipment, and labor sold to farm suppliers. So we have the 3 stages that we estimated, and those are some respectable large numbers that have come from the production of dog and cat food. The other thing is we also looked at what we are terming in the report upcycled ingredients, and what these ingredients are ingredients that might otherwise go to waste or just to landfills, These would include things like organs, bones, or other parts of the animal that we don't eat, but are very nutritious and high protein for a dog and cats. And when we looked at categorized the different ingredients that go in the dog and cat food, we learned that about 44% of all ingredients that are fed to dog and cats are what we have termed upcycled ingredients. And so it's something that we did not do in the earlier report. And as we go through over time, when we do our updates to different reports we do for clients, we always try to add some sort of value, additional value that they did not get last time. And working with the client, this is something that was very important to them, and so we made sure that we included that in the report this time. So our client, one of the 3 clients, is going to be presenting on this report in the end of April at the Pet Food Forum in Kansas City, Missouri, and I intend to be down there for any sorts of questions or any background that anybody would like to reach out about. But very good project, and we enjoy doing it and look forward to doing it again in a few years.